Hi, everybody. I'm still in, you don't believe where I am. I'm still in Grantsville. This is where my son lives, up, I guess it's northwestern Maryland, close to the Pennsylvania border. And it really is called Grantsville. I'm in an Airbnb in Grantsville and out on the porch talking to you guys. And I couldn't believe that. Once we were down in New Mexico, and there's a Grants, I guess, or Grants, New Mexico, and I took a bunch of pictures with me. It was funny. I think New Mexico also has Truth and Consequences, New Mexico. Talk about Grants and Grantsville. Yeah, it's very bizarre, but it's fun. And I don't know what the family's doing today, but I snuck out, tried to talk to you guys because, truthfully, I mean, I feel the best thing besides my family I have to do is, God, if I know a government office or a phone number or a website that could help somebody else solve a problem that they have in life, I just feel I have nothing better I should be doing, and my time is limited at 81. It's not I'm going to live forever. And so it's important, I think, at least for me. It makes my soul feel better if I'm helping people as much as possible. And that's why even in Let's Go Help, I just want to have a service that does that and train other people to help people. So when you find out something, that could help you, go on, we'll show you how to go on live and you could start helping other people. And that's what I think is the most important, is that we spend our time here on earth to help other people. And I just think that's a incredibly rewarding thing to do. So what do you have better to do than to help somebody? Well, I think the better thing you have to do is to be responsible to yourself and learn how to survive in our country, to get the things you need so you don't have to depend on other people. And I think that's important. And there's a lot of programs that help you do that. Now, the programs I put up there now today in the Let's Go Help. Let's see, why isn't that? Okay. The first item I have there in the list, if you go on the chat and look at that, 8 million have unclaimed checks waiting for you. This is every year the government gives out as much as almost $8,000 to people who are low income and trying to survive. And this is low and moderate income people. But it's families. So if you have children and you're struggling, this is another grant for $7,800, and it's given to you by the IRS. It's called Low Income Tax Credit, Earned Income Tax Credit. I'm sorry. And there's also another grant for $600 if you have no children and you're working and don't make enough money to pay your expenses. And that's what this is. It's using the tax system to do it. The rich people do this. It looks like the Republicans give grants to rich people. Democrats give grants to low and moderate income. And that's the problem to me I have with the Democrats. Man, their low and moderate income is getting up to $150,000 or more to help people. And it's just amazing that you're making $100,000 and you need federal assistance. But if millionaires are getting it, and actually Trump gave out $1.9 trillion, okay, in his tax benefits to people. 1.9 trillion. Pamela Harris is talking about 1.7 trillion, and that's 2 trillion more. And we're already giving out about $4 trillion in grants every year. And that's amazing to me. That's an average of $17,000, $18,000 per family every year. But that's rich people too, and everybody. But that's how much we get. And the rich people know about it, and they'll take advantage of it and bleed it all out. Now, another program I talked about earlier, and I have the link in the chat for members, is a program where it trains you to earn a six-figure salary. That's $100,000 or more. To earn a salary of $100,000 or more without having a college degree. Now, the thing is, not only do you get, after the training, do you get a job that goes up to $100,000 or more even, but they pay you to train. So you could make like $3,500 a month just training for a $100,000 job. And that's very important to know. I mean, to me, what we're here to do is to learn the skills, what we need to create income for ourselves, okay, and our family and everybody. So that's what you have, and you use the other grants and stuff like that for bad times or hard times or whatever, or for things like this. If somebody's going to give you money to learn how to get $100,000 job, man, that's incredible. Because otherwise you think you have to go get a college degree and spend $30,000 a month or $3,000 a month to get a degree. And you don't. You could earn $3,500 a month and get a high income job. And that is incredible to me. And people don't, the whole thing is, humans are lazy. I'm lazy. You're lazy. All of God's children are lazy. When we get to heaven, I don't know what they're going to do with us. But everybody will be the same. We're all lazy. And it's important to realize that about ourselves. And that's what I feel Let's Go Help is doing, is helping to deal with our innate laziness. Because, when I sold books, or you see me somewhere and I give you a website and you go try to do it and it doesn't work. Then you say, oh, fuck, I knew it wouldn't work. And you make up excuses why this doesn't work and you quit. And that's what you cannot quit. If you have a problem to solve, and most of them are financial problems, you just have to bury your head in and realize that you cannot give up. If something doesn't work, you have to try another way. That doesn't work, you have to try another way. And that's what we do all the time here. Other sources when something doesn't work. Try to train you in how to deal with people so you get them to work for you. See, every website we give you, tell you about, will be people who either give you free services to solve your financial problem or give you money directly. And you have to learn how to deal with these people. They're different. We're not trained for do that. We're only trained to spend money. Right? Buy things. That's what Google is. You're at your wit's end. Okay, I'm not sure. I want to know that back in the 80s, before the internet, my grandma found your books. She put my uncle through UCLA college. Yeah, that's probably me. He had everything, and she was on SSI. That's right. I mean, that's the kind of programs that are out there. And this is Dawn on YouTube texting about that. Yes, the power company has really increased. The 211 options are out of funds. So now what? Well, I don't know if the problem with 211 is that most people just call 211. And that means you'll just go into one program. They'll tell you, if you call for funds to like pay rent, they'll show you one program that pays rent, and you'll call them and they'll say they're out of funds. Now, I'm not saying what they did. I have no idea what they did. I don't know what they give you. I don't know who you called. But what I do know, that in 211, if you don't call them and you put in rent, you'll find 50 to 100 other nonprofit organizations that help people with rent. See, if you're relying on one, and that's maybe the main one or whatever, and that's probably logical, but I don't really know the details of what you're doing. But you have to, if one says no, you have to go to another. That's why I like using findhelp.org, because there's no single phone number to call. You have to search for what to call. So if you go to findhelp.org, put in your zip code, and then put in rent, like from where I live, there's 70 organizations, 70 organizations that help you pay the rent. And the way you use that is don't call one, and if they say they're out of money, you hang up. No, it's like looking for a job. You don't call one and apply, and they say no, and you quit looking for a job. Where do they apply for the billion eligible grant in Pittsburgh, PA? Look up on top, Pamela. The links there, it's called the Earned Income Tax Program. I have the links up in the beginning of the chat. I put them all up there. Shows you how to apply. If you don't know how to apply, then make an appointment with the IRS on how to apply. I have the link up there. There's the link on how to make an appointment with the IRS. And I have all the other programs, even if you can't afford to pay your taxes, how to stop that collection stuff. So up on there, see the link up on in the chat on Let's Go Help Too. I have 8 million have unclaimed checks. Okay, so it shows you that program. You have to apply for that at the IRS. Okay, and also I have there how to make an appointment with the IRS to apply for that. If it's a little daunting for you for some reason, that's okay. There's plenty of free help, and if you go to irs.gov and you look for local assistance, there's people there that you can make an appointment with to apply to the program. Okay, and they're there, and if they're not for some reason, you could go to Find Help or 211 and look for free tax assistance, and they will help you. Now, that's it. This is where people stop, because they'll try one or two places and they won't find it, and they'll stop. And that's a no-no. You'll never get anything if you stop. And unfortunately, I can't promise you you'll get something, but the only thing I could promise you, you'll get nothing if you stop. And that's what you have to keep in mind. Or if you have something better to do with your time. But if this is a problem you really have to solve and will make your life a lot better, then you have to put in the time to solve it. It won't solve itself. It may be easy, but most likely it will not be. But there is help out there to do it. And if you put your mind to it, and that's what Let's Go Help is, you could ask us 100 questions a day. Like tonight, we have 2 live workshops tonight, one at 5 o'clock and one at 9 o'clock. The 9 o'clock is really special because it helps people get out of debt. So it shows you how to increase your credit score. And they do the wonderful woman there does it all for free for you and show you how. I mean, after like a week, one session, people are increasing their score by 100 points or more just by following her suggestions. I mean, she's an expert at this, and she's there to help you for free. And then we have 2 or 3 other experts on grants that will help you when you run into these roadblocks, because that's what it is. Life is trying to figure out how you get over the roadblocks, because life is just all about going from one roadblock to another. And that's because we don't know what's out there. So we don't know exactly what's out there. We don't have enough knowledge to do that because it changes every day, and it's complicated, and a whole bunch of other reasons why we can't rifle in. Now, what I can do, I can't rifle in on the exact place for you to apply. I can tell you where it's most likely to be. And then you have to do the work to follow it up from there. But your option is you go to Google and you get 200 million websites and you're overwhelmed, and you'll find somebody who promise you something and you'll give them money. You just don't do that, because either they're going to do something you could do for free. If you have money, fine. If you don't, then you're just going to be worse off, because the chance of you getting it all fixed by that is very slim. So, or you're going to get scammed, because there's too many people that scam. They prey on people. Scammers prey on people who are desperate, and they need money. They're in trouble. So if you're desperate and need money and in trouble, then you're very susceptible to a scam. And that's why scams are so popular, because they can find you. And that's why we don't use Facebook much anymore, because scammers were able to get inside Facebook and and show that they're me, and they say they're me. They take my image or whatever, and they ask you for $500 to get you a grant. First of all, they got the grant from you, and they no way going to get you a grant. So you just have to care of. You have to get your grant. The grant, government and grants come from two sources: government offices and nonprofit organization. Anybody else? Actually, we give grants, so we're somebody else, but it's pittance what we give. We give out $70,000 every month to members, and we do that in grants of either $500 or $1,000, and we do that every month. So we've given out way over $1 million already, doing this for about a year and a half. So it's important that if you're a member, you apply to all of our grants. We have 4 of them, and there's new ones every month. So then you apply. The next one is for rent, help you with rent, and the deadline is on the 20th. The 20th of this month is the deadline for grants. So if you need help with rent, make sure you apply to that. And it's very simple. We don't ask for any credentials. We don't have, as long as you're a paid member, then all you have to do is one sentence tell us why you need a grant. Okay, that's all. That's it. Simplest grant on the internet. Okay, so you might as well apply for that. Okay, because if you don't, somebody else will. Somebody's going to get that money. So make sure you apply and go through this list that I put in the chat, because that's very important. Good afternoon, Let's Go Family. Hiya, Julio. Where do you apply for the $8 billion? Okay, talked about that. Hi, good morning, everyone. And Matthew, hi, hola. Hi. Let's see, we got some maybe messages. Can a nonprofit organization apply? Yes. How can a soccer for youth? Okay, Candy, if you want to start a nonprofit organization to help kids soccer, that's terrific. What I would do is 2 things I would do. You go local. What you want to do is make an appointment with a local, well, they're business mentors, but it's also for nonprofits. So to get your head around that, go to sba.gov, and then slash local-assistance, sba.gov / local-assistance, and make an appointment. You put in your zip code, and there'll be maybe 10, 20, 30, 40 nonprofit organizations to help you start your organization. Just call them up and say you need help starting this nonprofit. Make an appointment to see them. Now, the other thing I would do, the most likely place to get money from that is your local community development office for your county. So you call up your county and you're asking for the community development office to find out about their grants, because that's what they have, grants that go to local nonprofit organizations, big, small, anything that helps the community. That's what you want to do. So they will be able to hook you up with people to help you to do that for free too. We have a nonprofit needs fund for land purchase. I wasn't clear. Are you the soccer person, people? Yeah, well, the same thing. Yeah. Is that for soccer? Is that why you need the land? The land? I would love. Yes. Okay. Well, same thing. You have to follow that through. And another thing, if you want land, I mean, you can use somebody else's land too, and maybe you don't need that money to do that. There's always more than one way to solve a problem. And I know my first 2 businesses that failed, I got money to do it. The next 3 businesses that none of them failed, they're all very successful, I did it without any money. Because if you learn more about the system and everything, you could see that there are ways to start what you want to do without spending money, instead of spending money. It's easy to say, well, if I just had all this money, I'd be able to do what I want. That's true. But can you get the money? And that's the other thing. And tell you the truth, most things I started, the successful ones, never finished never made money like I thought they would. I had a change in mid-course all the time. I would love to be able to see the list that you are referring to that has a, well, uh, I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, the list I'm referring to is in, I'm showing it to members in Let's Go Help. And because the reports I do, we put up for everybody. Oh my dear, Let's Go Family. Thank you, Michelle. And so that's it. But you don't need us. Again, make appointments with people who are there in your community to help you do that. Okay, that's what you have to do. And that what we do here, and we have other people like tonight, then you should join the workshops we have. And they're all, when you give us $20 a month, you don't have to pay for anything else. You'll never pay for more than the $20, so never worry about that. And join that and see how other people do it. If you want to start something too, another place to learn for free without paying me money is to go to Meetup, meetup.com, meetup.com, and look for nonprofit organization meetup groups. These will be local because you put in your zip code, and these are local organizations that meet up and share information and sources about how they became successful. So you learn from other successful nonprofits where you live. Don't go to Google. I mean, people there are going to get money from you to do what you could find out for free. You can still get a grant if you're on Social Security disability. Yes, whether you can or not, it depends on the grant and on Social Security. You have to call your Social Security office. Get the real answer there. Don't trust me or anybody else that says, yes, you don't have to worry. You may have to, and the way to not worry about worrying is to call the horse's mouth. You call the people that give out money. Either call Social Security directly or call your elected official and ask them that question. They will get you the answer for free. I'm going to charge you $20 and point you the way, like I just did now. So make sure. And I feel like respecting him for his day. Oh, that's nice. Salim, Salim, there are for help in you. Salim, these are for help. Yes, it is for U.S. But also people overseas, you can come here and start a business and they'll help you. You know, that's what they are for. They want you to create jobs here. What's your website to sign up for your help? It's Let's Go Help, LESKOHELP.com, letsgohelp.com, and it's $20. That's all we charge. And it's $20, that's a month, so $20 a month. It's under this chat. That's your website to sign up. Yes, yes. And that's what, and you're eligible for. Get there tonight because Megan is there to help you with your credit score and your debt problems and things like that. She's a trained professional that will help you with that. But the other programs I have up on top, I think are very important, but I'm biased, so don't trust me. So you have the unclaimed. Also, don't forget 2 utility bills. There are 2 programs that is in every city and state. One is called the Weatherization Assistance Program, and the other is called the Low Income LIHEAP.org. Go to that place, LIHEAP.org, and apply for them. That's they both have money for everywhere in the country to pay for utility bills and to get new heating and cooling equipment. Okay, and the other one is Weatherization Assistance Program. Now, another thing you could do for that is you go to findhelp.org and put in your zip code and then just put utilities, and you'll see these programs and many others to help you there. Also, if you're a small business, make sure you know about the Employee Retention Tax Credit, okay? Employee Retention Tax Credit. That's for businesses that have been here during COVID. If your business had employees during COVID, you could get up to $8,000 per employee free from the government. And that's called the Employee Retention Tax Credit, okay? And that's part of IRS, okay? And if you want to know how to apply for that, don't go to an accountant, don't call anybody in Google, go to the free consultants, sorry, and you find them at Americas, AMERICAS, and then SBDC.org. So Americas, SBDC.org. Another thing you should know about a new program is they changed the commission structure for buying and selling a home. So the real estate agents now, both of them don't have to make 6% apiece. So most of us were paying like 12% when you buy a house that went to the real estate agent. Like they'd get 6% to one agent and the buyer side and the 6% on the seller side. And that could be like $25,000 on a $400,000 house. So now you can get that down to half. So you really can save like $12,000 with this new law. And it just started a day or two. So how do you find out about that? Okay, and how can you use it? Okay, the best way is to make an appointment with a free housing counselor. Okay, and you don't want a housing counselor who's a real estate agent or anything like that. You want a non-housing counselor, and the government supports those people. And you get them by going to HUD.gov, HUD.gov/counseling. You make an appointment. They're all over the country, and they're all free. Talk to them about how this affects you, and they'll also help you find more grants to buy a house. Okay. Let's see. I was looking at both candidates have in their business program or their economy platform. Trump's, it's a little hard for me to zero in on what the heck he's trying to do. Most of it is in tax breaks because that's what he likes to do. Tax break, because then he can do it for everybody and everybody gets it. Harris has some more interesting kind of ways. She wants to do is give $6,000 to your first year of having a child. So an extra child tax credit of $6,000. Now everything has to go through Congress, and so even if they get elected, there's no guarantee that's going to happen. And particularly if the House and the Senate are split, then you're not going to get a lot of this happening. But if they do, run the table and get a House and Senate and the White House, either party, then they could get their stuff in pretty easily. But if not, then it becomes pretty hard. It took Biden a long time to get it, but he got a whole bunch of good programs, but he'll be gone, so that's over. So she's talking about a $6,000 one-time tax for the first year child. Then the earned income tax credit that I told you about, the $7,000 or whatever, she wants to increase that by $1,500. Okay, so she wants to increase that by $1,500, and then the early child tax, you have a tax credit for every child. It's $2,000. It's going to be up to 36 years. But like I say, you have to live long enough for that. And it takes a year or two to get through the process. Even if it does get through, it takes a long time. I see my video froze up. I don't know if you guys see me or not. Let me see. Oh, okay. You see me there. I wonder if you see me there. Let's see if we see me live. If you're live, if I'm live. I bet I stopped on that. Yeah, I think on YouTube I froze up. You froze. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Well, listen, I'm gonna can't hear you. Okay, so you hear me, but you just don't see me. Well, thank you, Sandra. Okay, so those on YouTube. Those on Let's Go Help. Don't forget tonight there is a 5 o'clock workshop and a 9 o'clock workshop. So come back. and it's a Zoom website workshop, so you can ask questions live and get your answers there. And don't forget, also ask questions from our Question Corner. We have a place on our website called Question Corner, and download the reports. Download the 500 mini grant report for your state. We have it for every state. 500 mini grants for every state, and that gets you started for any problem you have. I can hear you. Your screen is black. Yeah, mine is too. I don't know. So I'm going to take off, guys. I got a lot of stuff. I'm here with Married Happily. Oh, good. Yeah, it took me a while. It took me 3 times. Well, it's pretty good now. I'm 63 and no insurance and desperately need dental implants. I have difficult time finding them. Yes, if you remember, Connie, we have a listing of all those sources. Here's where to go to get started if you're not a member. You go to Needy Meds. I'll try to put this in the chat if it lets me. needymeds.org, okay? And they have a place for free and low-cost dental sources, but you can't stop there. You have to keep going. We got a whole list. There's now some things on Medicaid now are giving free dental care for seniors. Other things are your state dental society is another place to go, your state government. So call 211 and ask for the State Dental Society and see what kind of programs they have. And there are a lot of nonprofit organizations that do that, okay? So you have to keep checking. We have a list. If you're a member, we'll give you the list that you can go down the list and check them twice, see who's naughty, see who's nice, okay? But I know you're nice because we at Let's Go Help, I just hope everybody loves everybody else, so we could help you as much as we possibly can, because that's what we need more, is understanding and help. We all need help. We all struggle in life. Life is shitty. It's going to beat you up no matter who you are. And the best way to deal with that is have people around you who realize that and are willing to listen and help and give you some other directions to try. We can't guarantee, but we can guarantee you won't get anything unless you try. So please try. If you don't have income, then keep watching. Put all the sources in all my videos on YouTube. So you could do that. And they're there, and you follow up. The most important source, I think, is findhelp.org. And you put in your keyword there and start calling people. You have to start calling people and tell them, hey, I need help. Can you suggest where I should go? Okay? That's the key to everything. Take care, guys. Talk to you soon.